Oh no, I've shrunk down to tiny size, and I'm confronted by a monster! Ah! Save me, Nadia! Ah! Save me with the science! Hey everybody, welcome to another unboxing video. It's been a crazy day today on social media. My Twitter's been blowing up based on just a little piece I wrote about professionalism in the comics industry, and a lot of people have responded, so we've picked up some new subscribers. Welcome. Mostly on this channel, I just goof off. Sometimes I unbox stuff with my little buddy Claptrap here, and he generally misbehaves, sometimes tries to bite me, sometimes tries to eat the accessories. So, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification button. A lot of times we do fun stuff like artist hangouts where you get to make requests and the artists will draw. Have a lot of comic book friends, and we like to give a little something back and do a little hangouts with you, the fans, the customers, and just be your dancing monkeys for a little while. So today we're gonna be unboxing the Astonishing Ant-Man 2-pack here. This was a Toys R Us exclusive. Toys R Us, of course, going out of business. Sorry, Claptrap. I know you're very offended. Toys R Us is going out of business, so these have been kind of hard to find. Fortunately, I got hooked up with a set by my buddy Dave at Mighty Pins. They managed to get these in, and he hooked me up with this. So glad to get this because I really like the comic book Ant-Man figure. So let's check this out here. It just says Ant-Man and Marvel's Stinger. I don't know if you remember Stinger, but she was a character from the M2 universe, which had was it called M2? I think it was. It had like Juggernaut's son. It was called like J2, and he had like silver armor and a nice grunge flannel wrapped around his waist. It's where like American Dream came from, Wild Thing, which was like Wolverine's daughter. It was this whole like separate sub-universe, and I think this was the daughter of Ant-Man in that universe, but I can't recall. It's been a long time since I read those comics. On the back we've got a picture of the figures here in some dramatic poses, actually really kind of cool. It says, both powered by Pym particles and able to shrink to the size of an ant, Scott and Cassie Lang have more in common than a family name. So this is Cassie Lang. Wow. I don't remember if that was part of the M2 universe over here. It looks like we've got a picture of the costume, and he's sitting with Cassie maybe. And this is a book that when Nick Spencer was doing the book. So maybe Cassie graduated into this costume in the regular universe. That seems kind of weird. She was Stature the last time that I read a comic with her. But let's open this up, see what we've got here. Hopefully our pansexual Lando figure won't find his way into this video and try and molest Claptrap. All right, what do we have here? We've got, let's start with Stinger. So Stinger's pretty good. She's got the kind of smaller female body that we've seen on characters like Silk. Some of the teen. Actually, no, this isn't like the Silk body. This is more like Spider-Girl. Some of the teen characters have this little bit shorter, a little bit slighter body. Articulation seems, pretty standard. She's got the swiveling head joint here. She's got ball-jointed shoulders. Single bend at the elbows, which is typical for the Marvel Legends female figures. They only get a single elbow joint, whereas the men get a double elbow The men get a double elbow joint, and that's probably due to the patriarchy. Women only have 77% of the articulation that a male figure has because of the articulation gap. We've got nice, her wrists turn, and then she's got a little bit of a swivel there, so she can do like some blasting type poses. Open hand on this side with the same articulation. Got your torso pivot here, ball jointed legs, which allow a range of motion. She's got hip swivels, thigh swivels, double jointed knee, which is good. She can get into some cool action poses. And then, of course, her ankles rotate around, feet go up and down, and she's got a calf swivel as well, which, I'm glad it's there, but it always makes the calves are always kind of like lined up in such a way so that when you turn them, then the figure looks like that. It doesn't look natural anymore. So I don't usually pose them doing that. Really nice head sculpt, good paint job on my figure here. The only thing that I don't like is that this is colored plastic and this is paint, and they don't quite match. You can kind of see the difference in paint tones there. Can you see that, Claptrap? Can you see the difference? Yeah? Do you care? You don't care, do you? You're just looking at that helmet and thinking, you're wondering, oh, she's kind of pink. This looks kind of reminds you of a berry, doesn't it? Your favorite treat. So she's got her wings back here, which are just the standard wings that came with the Wasp figure, although the Wasp had 4, and with her you only get 2. And they just plug into little holes in the back, which is pretty standard for, like, this figure, the figure of the Beetle that came out recently. Yeah, they just plug right in there, and then they can stick out that way. You can fold them up like that. You can bring them down and put them into a nice pose there. So yeah, I like that figure. I mean, Stinger's not a favorite of mine. I mean, I don't know if it's Cassie Lang from the regular universe. It's kind of cool to have a Cassie Lang if that's the case. I mean, at least it's not Nadia Pym, who I'm glad I don't have a figure of, because I don't really care for that character. So I would feel kind of ripped off if I got her. I'd rather have Stinger than Nadia Pym. So we've got Ant-Man up next. He has got a great helmet sculpt. This is the Scott Lang Ant-Man, of course. It's even got, I mean, the little chin strap is a separate piece, so it comes down and it looks really good. There's no paint flaws on it. Really, really nice. He's got a great collar here. That's sculpted onto the figure. That's not a separate piece, so you can't remove that. The paint job on him is really nice. I think that even though they've got red plastic and then some painted plastic, it really matches up a lot better than it does on the Stinger figure. He's got the same articulation as your standard Marvel Legends. Rotates at the shoulder. He's got that double pectoral muscle here that we get on figures like Spider-Man. So that's nice, gives him a nice little range of motion. He can pull his arms back. He could, oh, look at that. He's being held by a Hydra agent. Oh, really nice. Got a good amount of wow, good amount of ab crunch there. He can really like do some navel gazing. Ball jointed thigh swivels, double jointed knee, calf swivel. Same nice foot articulation as the Stinger figure. This is a really nice one. I'm actually really glad to add this Ant-Man to my collection. I like his little knee pads there. This is a really good representation of the character. And we've gotten some really nice ones lately. The Scott Lang that just came out with Paul Rudd's smiling face from the movies is really good, but I always like to have the comic version more than any movie versions in general. I mean, there may be an exception to that rule here or there, but just depending on the quality of the figure. But man, his arm, that really bends way back there, doesn't it? Yeah, really, really nice. So I think for this pack, I mean, depending on how much you pay for it, if you get it clearance at Toys R Us, which I think is only open for 5 more days as of my recording of this video, I think all the stores are done in 5 days. If you manage to find this at a clearance price, good on you, because it's I think the pack's well worth it. I don't know that I would want to pay $40 or $50 for this. I did not, fortunately. So it's but I mean, if you got it at $40, I would say maybe don't spend the money, just because I don't think that Stinger is a very popular character. I don't know if I can recommend the 2-pack at full price. Like $40 or $50 might be a little too expensive for it. But, considering that, Marvel Legends cost $20 a piece, and you're getting 2 Marvel Legends, $40 is fair retail, I wouldn't pay more than that. If you got it on a lower price, you got it on a clearance price, I'd say so much the better. I got mine cheaper than retail, obviously, so that's always good. Actually traded for it. But, yeah, definitely a recommend on the Ant-Man. Stinger just depends on your level of fan interest. If you could pick up Ant-Man loose, then maybe you're in good shape. Maybe you don't need Stinger, but if you're kind of mostly an action figure completist like me, and you have an attachment even to some of the lesser characters or lesser versions of characters in the Marvel Universe. I mean, I love every weird villain in the Marvel Handbook. I used to pour through the handbook and read about characters like Blackout and things like that, who I hadn't seen up here in the comics yet. And then when they would show up in the comic, I would get really excited about it, because I was like, oh, I know that guy. Now I get to see him actually in a story. The Porcupine, just the weirdest morts of the Marvel Universe. I like all of that, so I'm always glad to get a figure like this. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a solid thumbs up. I'm gonna give it a recommend. Please, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate it. It really helps us out. We're trying to figure out new ways to bring you interesting content, not just unboxing videos. We want to do more hangouts, want to do more live streams, you know, just really kind of build a nice community amongst fellow comic fans and fellow toy enthusiasts. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. And thank you for watching. There will be more.
No, sir, I don't like it.